uh, okay, let me just, I'm coming. So how many of you can see my screen? Okay, how many persons can see my screen? Just if you can see my screen, just comment, drop a comment if you can see my screen. All right, great. Okay, okay, great. So in our last session, we talked about yield farming, right? And we said yield farming is more like providing liquidity. Okay, so like you are saving your money in the ecosystem while being rewarded with a substantial percentage in return, right? So different blockchains have different ways that which they farm. You get, so some farming might be uh, more risky than the other. Okay, that's when your you are exposed to a volatile what's it called, a volatile coin. All right, so today, it will be very short and brief, so I'll be showing you how to farm USDT on the Anchor protocol, right? Using the Terra station, right? So we want to farm UST, okay? So it's very easy. So it's more or less like, because one thing about investment is about volume, okay? So let's start with somebody who has, let's say, $10,000 now. $10,000. Okay, I'm coming, guys. Okay, so this is the Anchor protocol. Let's go to the dashboard. Now, so let's say $10,000, right? Times, so this is the dashboard. This is my page. Okay, telling me the amount I have in the ecosystem right now. So this is what we're going to use to carry out our test. Okay. Now this is the earnings dashboard. This is the borrow dashboard. This, we call it bond assets. You get to know more about this, and then this the governance. Okay, right. So today we would look at the earnings and the borrow and the bond asset. Okay, so back to my dashboard. So we are looking at. I want us to look at something now. So if you are putting in $10,000, into the ecosystem, and you are getting 20% per annum, right? 20% per annum, that's like $2,000, right? You are getting $2,000 at the end of the year. You get, so you can't put the same amount of money. You can't put this $10K now in your bank account and it still remain the same. Charges, inflation would have beaten it so badly. All right, and that's why farming yield farming can also be a way for uh, for investors to mitigate their risk, right? So it can be a way to mitigate their risk. So some investors who are not who are risk averse and don't want to trade, all right, can just put save their money, and farm and keep farming a particular token, all right, either stable coin or one of the volatile coins. So today we'll be using Anchor protocol. All right. So I want to believe you can still see my screen and I'm still communicating. So you can just let me know in the chat box so I know that I can proceed. Please, if you can still hear me, just let me know that you are seeing the screen. You can see dashboard. You can see 15 billion UST. All right.
I can
Great.
see it.
All right. Great. So now let's go to earnings, right? So I put in some little money because we want to just do practical. Okay. Now this is earnings. We are started farming here now. So this is what we start farming. Then this is your deposit icon, then your withdrawal icon. Now Then when you come here now, look at it. The interest you will get, APY, is annual percentage yield. That's 19.54 percentage, right? 19.54% would be the percentage of UST that you will farm, okay? Like the interest that will be added to the deposit you've made into the protocol. So now, okay, so let's start. So I deposit, you go here, you deposit, you click on deposit, right? So before you come to this place, yes, before you come to this place, you must have some funds in your Terra Station wallet, right? That's this place. You must have some fund in your Terra Station wallet, okay? Now, when you go to your Terra Station wallet, you more like if you want to buy UST. I don't think UST is on Binance as I speak, you know. However, you can buy Terra, I'm sorry, Luna, right? You can buy Luna on Binance. Okay. Now, when you buy Luna on Binance now, you can now send your Luna from Binance to your Terra wallet, right? So you just go to your Terra wallet and copy the Terra Luna address, right? Paste it on your Binance. Withdraw your Luna into your Terra Luna address in Terra Station, right? So once your deposit appear, right, you now come to TerraSwap, right? TerraSwap.io. So when you come to TerraSwap.io, you see this this page here. So you see your swap, you see provide liquidity. This you providing liquidity, right? You see withdraw also, right? So when you now put in your you come to swap, then you come here, you pick your Luna. You have the opportunity to search. You pick your Luna. See it here. Once you pick Luna, you have the option to swap it to any token. So what's the token we are swapping it to? UST. This is UST here. So you're having it to UST. So all your Luna now, you'll be able to swap it to UST. So once you swap it to UST now, you now have UST in your wallet. So you now come to your anchor, right, and connect it. So because I've connected my own here, you will see connect wallet, okay? Then you will click on it. So once you click on it, it will ask you, do you want to let me try and disconnect. Good. You see I've disconnect. Now let me connect again. So I now come and connect. So you are connecting the anchor protocol to the Terra station, okay? Now, so you see it brings out an option of wallet for me. Am I going to use Terra Station wallet? Am I going to use the wallet connect? Am I going to use install X DeFi wallet? Am I going to use install Leap wallet? Right? Then I'm using Terra Station wallet, right? So I will connect it to okay, good. If it was my first time, it will ask me for my password. And because I've said save password, as I did not ask for password, I just connected it like that. Okay, now you connect it. So the amount you have in your UST will appear here. So you now come to this place to deposit, right? So for me now, I've deposited these $5 here. So I said $5, and you see there is a transaction fee of 0.25 UST, right? A transaction fee of 0.25 UST, okay? Then this is send amount, okay? This is the amount I'm sending. I'm sending 5 UST, right? Plus the transaction fee, that's 5.25 UST. So immediately I click proceed, okay? That's it deposited the $5 here, right? So immediately deposited the $5 here, my APY started counting, which is the interest. So this interest, 19.24%, would be what I will get at the end of the year on these $5. Right? So even on the protocol, you will see that it has already told you your expected interest. So look at it now. My expected interest at the end of the year on these $5 is 0.977 USD. Do you get it now? So imagine it, because if you calculate it, 19.54% of this $5, this 5 USD would give you 0.977. Okay, so imagine you are doing $100. Imagine you are doing $1,000, right? So in a volatile market like this, right, you can actually just, instead of putting your, in a bearish market, instead of putting your money in a coin that is going to be suffering from the bear market in general, you can always convert to USD and be farming USD, right? So that your money is still safe and stable while you are still earning, while you are still farming, more USD on it. Okay. So this for N, right? Now, another interesting thing is this: you can also borrow to earn interest. But this one is quite technical because you are borrowing against an asset. So it's more or less like you are borrowing Luna, Terra Luna, against stable USD, or you are borrowing USD against Terra Luna. So one of the downside of this is that if the the token which you are borrowing against, which is Luna, if it keeps dropping, you get, the more it drops, the more you are closer to getting liquidated. The more it drops, the more you are closer to getting liquidated. I don't know if you get my point. So now let's farm this now, because we are trying to farm Luna now. So in this place we farmed USD, right? But let's farm Luna. So we come to borrow. When you come to borrow, you are borrowing money. You get to invest. You get, but then you must have deposited a little. So it is the little that you deposit that will give you the opportunity to borrow. It's more or less like you go to the bank and you tell the bank that you want to take a loan, right? The bank will tell you, okay, for you to take this loan, you must deposit 150K. If you are taking a loan of 1 million, you deposit, let's say, 200,000 in your account, then we'll give you a loan of 1 million. So if you run away with that 1 million, at least we have 200K with us that we can say, okay, we are locking this one, right? And then we chase after you. You understand? But here now, the protocol is handling everything. Okay. So at the point where you deposit some USD, okay, to be able to farm Luna, right? So to be able to borrow Luna, to farm Luna, you get, you deposit some USD. That USD will now give you a leverage, okay, to borrow Luna. Now you will now use that Luna that you borrow to farm more Luna. You get, that is to get more interest over what you borrowed plus what you've deposited. I want to believe you are getting what I'm saying. So let's go. So yeah, we come to borrow. When you scroll down, so you see what's happening here now. This is what we call net APR. This is quite negative, which is not interesting for investors at all, right? So there are other protocols that do farming with fantastic percentage, some which are 2,000%, 1,000%, some 500%, and the likes like that, But currently now on the Anchor protocol, the net APR is not looking attractive, right? However, I will show you, because the moment what is it called, Luna is gaining its stability, right? This APR will now increase. Don't forget, you are borrowing to invest. So it's more or less like if you are bringing in, we'll do practical now. If you are bringing in $5 now, you can have the opportunity to borrow $18, so that you now use that borrowed money to invest. I don't know if you get the point. So now you can see from here, so this net annual, APR is distribution APR minus borrowed APR. When the net APR is positive number, this is the anchor token, the ANC rewards distributed to borrowers are greater than the interest to be paid for the loan. Now, this is interesting, in which we are going to look at it. So, if you are borrowing now, right? So, when you are borrowing, there is also a percentage you will pay for the fact that you are borrowing. So, the percentage you will pay on the amount you are borrowing is separate from the percentage you will earn on the amount you've borrowed. I don't know if you get it now. So, if you borrow $1,000 now, it's saying that you'll be paying 12.04% on the 1,000 dollars you borrow, right? And you'll be earning 10.62% on that $1,000, which means if you subtract what you'll be paying and what you'll be earning, you will be at a loss of minus 1.41%. But don't forget, this is not fixed. You get, the net APR is not fixed. You might check tomorrow now and it's at 10% or 20% or 5%, which means you can always use another person's money to make more money. All right. But then it has its own risk. All right. So let's see how to farm this. So you would need to come here. So this is the collateral list. So we will need bonded Luna to serve as a collateral for us to be able to borrow. So you know what collateral means for persons for persons who might have gone to all these loan people to go and borrow money. They want to ask you if you have a house, if you have an asset, that they can tie down in case you lose guard, you get, and they can take your money away. All right. So you will need a collateral, which is the amount you would have to be able to take the leverage of borrowing more. Now, so we would need a bonded loaner, right? So interesting for us now, we don't have a bonded loaner, but however, we can go get a bonded loaner. So let's go get a bonded loaner. So we will now go to bonded assets. You can see it there, B asset, bonded asset. So let's go to bonded asset. Now we are now at bonded asset. Okay, so okay, good. So this is where we'll come to. So we will need to have, as you can see here, Luna versus bonded Luna. So we will need to have Luna to be able to mint and bond the Luna into bonded Luna. So let's go to Terra Swap to swap a UST. Sorry about the noise, please. Oh. All right, please. Sorry about the noise. Give me a minute. Okay, great. Yeah. So let's look at UST. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's come here. All right. So we have UST here now. Then we have Luna here. So I want to, for the sake of the tutorial we're doing now. So let me use five UST. Don't forget, 5 UST is equivalent to $5, right? So it will now tell me the amount of that $5 in Luna. So look at what we have here. So we have 0.055125 Luna. All right. So let's swap it. I want to believe you are following. If you are following, let me know in the comment section. If you are learning something new, let me know in the comment section. So because I'm thinking we would need to have more practicals like this. So if you are learning something new, let me know in the comment section. If you're not learning something new, probably we just stop. All right. So let me know if you are learning something new. Are you learning something new? I know you are following. Are you learning something new? Are you learning something new? Okay. Are you learning something new? Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, I clicked on swap. So it will ask me for my Terra Station password. All right. So I've put in my Terra Station password. I click on post. Then it proceed. Great. Great. So it said complete. So look at the fees. So you're going to be paying transaction fees as well. This is my transaction hash. It's inside it is the history of my transaction. Then I click on done. Okay. So when I click on done, I will now go back. Yes. So I will now go back to my anchor protocol. So when I go back to my anchor protocol, look at what has happened on here now. So in this place now, we can now see that we now have the 0.055504 Luna that I minted, right? That I swapped for. So let's click on mint and burn. So when we click on mint and burn, what's happening here now? So we can see now. So we will now look at it now. We will now mint this Luna into bonded Luna, right? So we'll bond this Luna. We'll take the original Luna and bond it to the bonded Luna and mint it into the bonded Luna. So let's do that now. So you see the balance here. I click on the balance, it appears here. So you can see now that if I'm minting the original Luna to the bonded Luna, I'll be having from 0.055004, I'll be having 0.055003. Right? So let's now mint. Okay, so we are minting. I want to believe you guys are following, please. That's why we are doing this. You get? That's why we are doing this. So, okay. Fantastic. It's going good. Look at it, said complete. So now, look at it with bonded. Look at it now. Bonded amount. This is the bonded amount. Minted amount is the minted amount. This is the exchange rate by converting Luna to bonded Luna. This is the transaction hash, then the transaction fee. Click on OK. Okay. Now, having done that now, we now have our bonded Luna. So we'll go back to borrow. Okay. Now, if you go back to borrow now, if you now go, we'll now scroll up and come here. Right? If you now come here, we'll now click on provide. Click on provide. Do you see that we now have our bonded Luna? So we are bonding this Luna, okay, as we are providing collateral with this Luna. Now look at it. Look at it. Having bonded this Luna, look at the amount we are given to borrow. Don't forget we deposited what? $5, right? Now look at it. New borrowed list. Look at it. $22, 22 USD. So with $5 worth of Luna, okay, we are now using it to provide collateral that will give us the opportunity to borrow 22.708. By borrowing 22.708, that is like 4x my deposit, right? That's because 5 times 4 is 20. That's 4 point something x of my deposit. Can you see that now? So imagine you are putting in $100. Look at the amount you'll be able to borrow. You'll be able to borrow like 4 times. All right. Then you will now proceed. So when we proceed, it's asking me for my password. Okay. So we post the password. Fantastic. So good. Can you see what's happening here? So we've been able, look at it. Provide. Now we now have 28.374 USD. So you get that now. 28.347 USD. So now that we now have, if you look at it now that we have this amount as collateral, so we now come here. Now this is telling us the amount. Now if I push it forward here, it's very risky. Look at what it's telling me. Borrowing is available only up to 95% borrow usage. If the borrow usage reaches maximum of 100%, a portion of your collateral may be immediately liquidated to repay the part of the loan. Can you see this now? So because this is a game of money, we don't want to overdo. You get, so that we don't burn our hands, right? So what I will do as a wise investor is for me to put it. They recommended 75%, right? But I will put it at 50%. All right, 50%. Get, I will not do past myself. Okay, now I put that 50% and I click on proceed. See, it will ask me for my Terra password again. Sorry, my battery is okay. Terra password. I click on post. Approving the transaction. Are you guys following?
Sir, we're following.
Great. All right. So good. So now we've now been able to farm. Okay. Now look at our collateral value. Look at the amount we are able to borrow. Okay. Just that we are at a disadvantage here because currently the net APR is the borrowed APR minus the distributed APR. That's giving minus 1.41%. So which means this is the percentage you'll be paying back, and this is the percentage you'll be earning. All right. Now this is happening for some reasons. Okay, as explained here. Now, but over time, right? Over time, you will see that when this thing becomes positive, it's now of more advantage, right? So you can be farming this anchor token, right? Having borrowed UST and bonded it into bonded Luna. You get it now? So this is it. So the downside of this, the risk here now is that if Luna keeps dropping, you understand? If it keeps dropping, because you have borrowed what is it called? You have bonded Luna to farm the anchor token, right? Now, if Luna keeps dropping, they will be taking from your collateral to cover up for that position, right? And that's why we put it at 50%. Because we put it at 70-something percent, they will be taking more from your collateral to cover up for your position as the market keeps going down, right? But if the market keeps going up, right, you would be at a more advantage in this place, right? So these are two ways to farm, right? Either by borrowing or by just using your own money and going straight to deposit here and farm UST, right? So thank you very much for tonight's session. This is all about tonight's session. I want to believe you got value from tonight's session. Okay, I'm running out of power, so if you have any question, you can just unmute yourself and ask. Someone said she asked question. Okay, you Shofula Ajayi said he has a question. Yeah, so I'm done with the session. So I want to believe you got value from it. So you know where to go now if you want to go and farm UST. So there are different yield farming protocols, right? So I just choose to talk about the Anchor protocol and the Terra station today. Yes, please. So David, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Good
Or is it
evening.
Shoku talking now? Okay, let's David go first.
Good evening, Apostle of Finance. So, can you hear me?
David, I can't hear you.
Good evening.
Do you know what? I really can't hear you. I don't know why.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
All right. So I might have to let me join with my phone from here. Hello guys. Can you guys hear me?
Hello, can
Yes,
you hear me
I can
now?
hear you now very well. So my PC is down. That's why yeah.
Okay. I have a couple of questions. Thank you. I think if there's an opportunity to go over it again and really master all you've put us through. So, the question is, I know Terra is an ecosystem on its own. Now, if one is to farm a particular token, is it going to be under that a token that is under the ecosystem, or I don't know?
Okay, so from what we talked about, or from what we taught this night now, we looked at farming two different tokens, right? The first one is the UST of Terra Station, right? But
Yeah.
we are farming it on the Anchor protocol. You get?
Okay.
Because the Anchor protocol is built on the Terra Station.
Okay.
Good. So that's why there is an easy way to farm UST on the Anchor protocol. Now the second one we did when we bonded the Luna, right, was to farm Anchor protocol. Was the farm Anchor token.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think my question was actually, would it be within the ecosystem? Like Terra is a blockchain on its own, right?
Yes.
And
Yes,
Anchor
it will be
protocol,
within the ecosystem.
and that's what I just wanted to get
Yes.
clarity.
It will be, yes. So if you are farming BNB now, it will be within the ecosystem of BNB smart chain. Okay, Binance
Okay.
smart chain. If you are farming near, it will be in the blockchain of near. If you are farming Chromia, it will be in the blockchain of Chromia. If you are farming this token, there are many tokens you can farm actually. So it will be within their ecosystem. So you get.
Okay. Sorry, another question.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay. You made mention of other opportunities where you can have up to 2000% APR. How can we discover such opportunities and or ecosystems where those opportunities
Yeah.
are available? And also, is apart from the borrowing that has the level of risk like you showed us just now, is
Yes.
there in farming maybe a stable currency, maybe like a rock pool, since it's a kind of I think it's DeFi, yes. So I don't know if there's a risk, that kind of risk involved.
Rug pool, no. So that's why you have to use a protocol that is well known and has been used, So Anchor protocol is built on Terra Station and has been used over time, right? So there's we have to be careful because in the crypto space now there's a lot of scam out there, right? So but the Anchor protocol is recommendable. You get in terms of when you want to farm, That's you want to farm stable coin, even when you want to
Yeah.
farm a volatile coin. Yeah. So, and for your question that the protocols that are offering 2000%, 1000%, yes, some are also offering 100%. So, what I will do, I don't want to promise so that I forget. So possibly you can just also remind me on the group, right? So
Okay.
I'll write out the names of those protocols, okay, and
Okay.
and drop it on the groups, like names of protocols that you can actually farm their tokens, okay,
All right.
and
So,
possibly the link to that protocol so that you know, you can see it and take advantage. Yes, yes, Francis said she has a question.
okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yes. Over to
Good evening.
Francis. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Michelle. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for the class, for your time and efforts.
yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, firstly, my question is this. I came a bit late, so the name of this exchange we're using to make this farming, is it Anchor Protocol?
It's yes, Anchor protocol is used to carry out the farming. However, you connect your wallet to the Terra Luna station because
Yes, I got that
the
part.
good. So that's
Okay,
it.
second of all, this Anchor Protocol, have they launched their token yet, or there's a possibility of us also getting their token by using their platform at the end of the day?
So I think these ones they've launched their token because we already have the ANC token, right? So, but then there are other platforms. Possibly, I would also get the names of those websites, right? That you can start interacting with their. That's a different one now for persons who want to get airdrops from there. Sure, you get. So you can start interacting with their platform. That's a different one. Sure, you get. So, but these ones already have their token, yeah. But there are
Okay,
all
I'll try.
there are some DeFi apps, right, that don't have their token, but there is high possibility that they would soon have their token. The question is just when. Shall you get?
Okay. Then thirdly, after farming, like for the first one that has to do with depositing UST and then to get that and then to get a percentage yearly at the end of the year, can one liquidate or you have to wait till the end of the year before you can liquidate?
So you can liquidate, right? So
Any
you can liquidate, but then the liquidating
you
would
want?
have eh?
Can
Liquidating
you
would
liquidate
have
anytime or
a
it's
fixed
till the end of
period.
the farming season?
Yes, liquidating we have a fixed period. So all this one that I just did now, I can go and liquidate. Like I'll just say, okay, I'm withdrawing my money. However,
Oh,
it will only appear in my wallet after 21 days. Some
oh,
protocols will take 14 days, some will take 7 days, some will take 2 weeks, right? Some will take 21 days. For the Terra station and this Anchor protocol now, it will take 21 days for me to get back my money in my wallet. Sure you get.
all right. Is there a fee for liquidating before the actual time that you initially plan to farm?
No, no. So you can liquidate anytime, right? So the only fee you pay is transaction fee. Sure you get. So you liquidating early
Okay. Okay, that'll
does
be all.
not
Thanks so much.
incur extra fee. Yes.
Okay.
So yes. Over to Shofo. Oh Jesus. Over to
All right.
Shofo.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you very much, Apostle. I basically have two questions. The concept of borrowing a token to yield farm, does it work or does it have any similarities with our stock? I mean, when you say you short a stock, don't know if is there any similarities because I once heard someone said they short a token or something, short a coin and they benefited from it. Is this how it's done? Does it have any similarity with shorting the stock? Then my second question, what do we have to look out for to ensure we farm a token to get a net APRO that is not in the negative? What are the things we should look out for if we want to
Yeah.
farm a token?
Okay. So with your first question, when someone, the person that said he short a token or a stock, because that's another aspect of trading, okay, which has to do with taking advantage of volatile markets, the ups and downs of the market. That's what those people they call crypto traders and the likes. So you can make money when the market is going up, and you can also make money when the market is going down. So it's different from this um um this yield farming that we just talked about, right? So it's different. I don't know if that's clear. Then your last question, what do you say again?
Okay, I said, what are the things we should look out for when we
Okay.
want to farm a token to make sure we get
Yeah,
an net
yeah,
APR that is in the positive?
yeah. So you are looking out for the 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 authenticity of the blockchain. Okay, so you don't just want to go and farm on any website or any application or any platform, right? So you want to look out for the usability. How people have people been using it, right? Then the percentage, like this one now, your ability to calculate. So now they've shown you that okay, for this amount that you are borrowing, this is the percentage you will charge you for borrowing, and this is the percentage you will earn, right? Now, but the thing about the anchor protocol is that APR, okay, is not fixed. You get that APR now, you must have come across APR and APY, right? So APR is simple interest. You earn on simple interest, right? But for APY, you earn on compound interest, right? So the interest you earn on APY is compounding. The interest you will earn on APR is simple interest. Now they use simple interest here because you are borrowing, right? Now you now want to look at it. Do you want compound interest or simple interest? I don't know if you get that. So now by compound interest, I mean if you put in $100 and you make 5% of $100. Now, 5% of $100, that is that's like $5,
$5.
right? So now, which means you now have your principal, which is $100, plus your interest, which is $5, is now equal to $105, right? Now, compound interest, that's your $105 we now also earn 5%, right? So if your $105 also earn 5%, that is your $105 plus $5.25. That makes it that you now have 110.25, right? So which means your interest is also earning interest. That's compounding. But for simple interest, it is your capital that is earning interest. Your interest won't be earning interest. That's what differentiates APR from APY. So it now depends on what you want. Do you want to earn compounding, or do you want to earn based on simple interest? And because you are borrowing, they have to do it in simple interest. You get. But if you are like the other one that we did, which was earn, where you just deposit and you are farming UST, that's you will earn APY. That is your interest will also earn interest. That one is compounding, right? So you want to look at that, right? Then you don't want to look at the percentage. You get, of course, every consumer is a rational consumer. We always want to look for the place that pays us the most. Okay, so if you compare Anchor protocol with what's the name of this protocol? There's this protocol, Aurora network, right? There you find, you know, tokens that give you 90 something percent, 200%, 1000%, 900% for farming, right? So it now depends on your interest. You now also want to dig deep into their blockchain. How strong is their ecosystem so that you are not farming, you're not putting your money into an ecosystem that's going to be food, right? So you also want to look at, you carry out your research, the way you will carry out your research when you want to buy a token. You get the things you look out for. You look out for what the problem the project is solving. You get the impact of the project, their community size, their key influencers, okay, and their online presence, which is Twitter is one of the web place that you find real-time information about these protocols. Okay, and they would be able to give you'll be able to see what you want. You look at their community on Discord. So it would help you, it will help your sense of judgment of these protocols. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yes, thank you very much. I think I get the concept, but I still have a follow-up question though.
Okay, go ahead.
You said the APR or the APY, it changes. So
yeah,
what are the factors that influences this change? What are the factors that influences it? What makes it go up? What makes it come down?
Yeah, so now the factor that influence this change, which has to do with the increase of the interest rate and decrease of the interest rate, is about demand and supply, right? Demand and supply in the market. So you could see that currently now, the demand it depends on what is going on chain, right? But we can see that we are in a bear market. And what is pulling down the price is not because people are buying more. It's because people are selling off. They are offloading. Okay? So the protocol at that moment, they are not making as much as they will make in a bull market. Right? So they will now have to downsize their risk. Right? But then also trying to give the users an edge in the market. Do you get? So market performance also warrants the fluctuation in the APR.
All right, thank you. I think if I get you right, yield farming is very beneficial during bull runs.
During bull runs, that's yes, beneficial during bull runs, and also but that's when you are farming. What is it called? You are borrowing to farm, like I explained there. So what I did two things there. There was one that we did not borrow; we just deposited, right? And there was one that we borrowed. Now you could see that the one that we only deposited, you will be earning 19 points, 19 points something percent, as you can see from my screen previously, right? I would have showed you my PC is dead now. So from my screen that time, so when you deposit it on that one that you are not borrowing money from the ecosystem, you are bringing in your own money and you are depositing, you'll be having 19 point something percent, right? APY on your as interest, right? But because you are borrowing, so this one now, they are giving you option. You come in with your own money and you farm USD, fine. But if you don't have much money and want to borrow from the ecosystem, this is what we charge. This is what we charge, and this is what you will get. So if that one is not favoring you now, then the one whereby you can just farm USD without borrowing and you get your 19 point something percent is fine. I don't know if you get. So other protocols now might not have that borrowing, what is it called? That borrowing system. So one thing about farming is this: you can also, some protocols can provide farming by lending. Do you get? So which means you just deposit into the ecosystem and you lend your money. You get? Because as you borrowed some money now on this Anchor protocol that we used, right? it means that some persons have actually deposited into the protocol, right? And you are able to borrow from it. You get, so you can farm from lending your money. You can farm by just depositing your money to provide liquidity. You can farm by also borrowing money, right? So the ones we looked at is by depositing, which is just saving your money on saving your money on the protocol, and also borrowing to farm. I don't know if that's clear enough, though.
Yes, very, very clear. Thank you very much. I'm better informed now.
All right. So I would like to round up here. Thank you very much. I don't know. Okay, I've answered everybody's question. Toluwalope. Okay, just ask your question. So I would like to round up
Okay,
now.
okay, good evening, boss.
I
Okay,
greet you.
okay. I wanted to ask, like, when I saw you doing the whole stuff, I saw that is it advisable for us to put in a huge amount of money, or we should just put the money we just have, like $5 or $10, or we should put like huge amount of money, like $100, $200. Which one is advisable, boss?
All right, good. You know, in the world of investing, volume is power. Okay. What do I mean in the world of investing? Volume is power. Let's do some quick mathematics. All right. So if we deposit into this anchor protocol, right? So I have Toluwalope, I have Toful, and I have David. Toluwalope has $1,000 to deposit on the anchor protocol that provides 19% APY per annum. Now, Shuffle has $100 to also deposit to get that 19%. Then David has $10,000 to deposit and also get that 19%. Okay. Now, Toluwalope deposits $1,000 into the system and gets 19%. Right? Coming. That is at the end of the 19% is $190, right? Now, for Shuffle that deposited $100 would have $19. For David that deposited $10K would have $1,900. If another person deposited $100,000, the person will be having $19,000 at the end of the year. If somebody deposited $1 million, the person will be having $190,000 as APY at the end of the year. Now, that I said, in the world of investing, volume is important. Somebody who has $100 to invest, right? And somebody who has $1,000 to invest, and somebody who has $10,000 to invest are not the same, because it will be easier for the person with $10,000 to make 5x, 10x than the person with $100, right? So in the world of investing, volume is the key. So it's not about if it is preferable or not. If you have the volume, you get, and it is something you can invest, okay? For me, I would encourage farming stable coin now, because the entire market is volatile at the moment. So farming stable coin is still advisable, because of course, as a crypto investor, stable coin should actually be part of your portfolio. You get, because to rebalance your portfolio, to make your portfolio stable, everything should not go into volatile coin, right? Some percentage should also be in stable coin, and you can either stake them for yield, for interest, or you farm them. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Sir, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, thank you very much, guys. I have to fall out now. Yeah. Bye.